Is this thing on?
Hello folks, welcome back to Skyblock with TechnoJock. We are this time, well, last time I was wanting to do my spider spawner over here, and everything's going cool. The superstructure of it's up and all the rest of it, and I've put in the frame for the portal thing, and we've got the dislocator receptacle thing in there. Everything looking good, and then I went to mark the bit for the spiders to teleport into to get killed, and that's when I came a cropper, because we've got, if we go for the dislocation thingy bob, this one, we can't make it for a number of reasons, but we've got plenty of ender pearls, we can do that. Blaze lamps, yeah. Oh yeah, we can do 4 of them, no bother at all. But the problem we've got is the wyvern core. Yeah, we can make them, we can make them, we can make them. But we are kind of getting to the point where we don't have thaumium at all times, and it would be kind of good to actually have that. It's the only sort of magical thing that we really need at the moment. We're going to get to the point where we're going to need magical stuff, I'm sure. But yeah, thaumium, can't really get it at the moment. It's a bit of a problem, I'm not going to lie to you. So, with that in mind, I have made a little bit of a change up here to this spawner. You'll see that the wall has sunken in a bit because I needed the fans closer. And we've got 2 switches now. We've got one that handles the fans, and we've got one that handles the spawner. Plural. There's more than one. I'm going to turn the fans off, and we're going to go in and we'll have a look, because the spawners are off at the moment. I have added another one. If you recall, way back when, we had a Thaumcraft Wisp spawner. And that's what I've got in here, and that's why I needed to move these fans closer, because they're quite wee, so there was like 2 spaces here that they were getting trapped at, and they were able to resist the push of the fans and not go through the portal, whereas the ghasts are huge. By the time they get to this point and can push against the fans, they're already touching the portal and have gone through. So that's why we had to do that. Also a little bit concerned that we might actually have some spawning a little bit too close to, or on the other side of here or something, or spawning up out of here. But I'm not altogether sure. I'll need to check on that. So we've got wisps spawning and going through and getting killed. That's cool. And then all the bits are then picked up. I've got another ender collector here, because I needed things to be picked up. We've got another ender collector, and it's got a filter on it. I have done it just like this one. It's fuzzy, so it ignores the MBT. Let me get to somewhere where I'm not falling down. That's better. Right, so it's fuzzy, so it ignores the NBT, because all of these, as you can see say that there are ethereal essence 4498, and it's only the bit below that that changes for the different kinds. So we've got an unknown one. That's interesting. So yeah. So the NBT bit is that. So it ignores the NBT, so anything that says it's ethereal essence 4498 will get picked up by this new ender collector and get put into this chest, this ender chest. So as you can see, it's quite full. The other end of that is over here on our new Thaumcraft automation platform. That's what it's going to be, Thaumcraft automation. So we want to take everything that appears out in this chest out and put it into some sort of storage that allows us to have easy access to all of the essences and whatnots. So drawers are our friend, and I have 56 on me for a very good reason, because if we do a file of these are the files of Essentia that you can have, and therefore that is all of the files. And if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 24, 48, 24, 36, 48, and then that's 56. Because I counted it with my numbers and stuff. So if I go along here like this, with all of these drawers, and I will need to put upgrades on these. I will need to put void ones on, and then we'll see how we get on with everything else. Let's just go along here like this, and it'd be nice if I could not have to do this. I'm getting really rather annoyed with this jetpack sinking down because I'm doing more and more work whilst flying. But it is what it is, at least I can fly. We're nearly there. And bingo, bango, bongo. And you know what? I didn't even count that out. That just happened to be really, really quite good. Now, what I would like to do is, I want to get the primal aspects. So I want to get Terra, Earth there, yep. Air, where have we got air? We got air? We do not have air, but we do have aqua. So I want to do earth, air, fire, water. Earth, air, fire, water, yep. No air. I would have thought I would have had air by now. There it is. Nice. Right. Earth, air, fire, water. Yep. And we need... what is it? Perdito and Ordo. Ordo at all? Ordo's there. Perfect. Excellent. Ordo, Perdito, like that. Okay. And there'll probably be other ones that are more likely to be used. What have we got? Things that we do definitely need. Herba, I know we don't really need in very many things. Right. Where's that unknown one? It'd be good to get the unknown one and have that. There it is. So that's unknown. That's unknown. That's unknown. And that's unknown. Yeah. The rest of these can go in there, like that. I think what I want to do is, I want to go like that, and I'll lock all of them, and that way I can now go and take that. So if I do that, there we go. Now, I definitely don't want that on there. Disable that, right. This is going to be insert, and that's going to be insert only. This is going to be extract, always active, and it should now have extracted all that it can into here. Now some of these will have more than 64. Now yeah, that's got 66 in it. That one's got 71, and yeah. So that has pulled all the things out of there that it possibly can. Really, it's going to be nighttime again. How irksome. So that's great. Let's get our, not our goggles revealing, the thermometer. It should be over here somewhere, I think. Unless it is in the system over here. Because I want to scan these aspects and see what they are. So thermometer, thank you. Oh yeah, of course I forgot that you can do that. No? No? Can I not do that? Oh, oh, it's because it's an ethereal essence. But that says it's unknown aspect. But I know what aspect that is because it told me. Because if I go over it, it's... Or is it just because that's an ethereal essence? That's intriguing. Okay. That's annoying. Right, okay. Well then, in any case, let's go and turn this on. Put these all back in here. Other than those aspects, what we're going to do I put them in alphabetical order as much as I can? I don't know about the unknown ones, that's the problem. Bestie is going to be the next one along. Or I could just have them like that. It's going to be really hard to find them if I do that though, isn't it? Let me see about putting them into alphabetical order, because that's going to be extremely boring. And I'll be back in a moment, I think. Yeah, so we're air, then Alienus Aqua Arbor. Okay, that is what I've got at the moment. Obviously, I've got a couple of missing spots. I've got 4 missing spots. I've got one here though that's an unknown. I've done a bit more research, and it was the forbidden magic stuff that I was missing, but I've got no idea what that is. I'm sure it'll all become clear in the fullness of time, and I doubt that I'm going to fill up this entire chest full of this stuff. But we do have the other ones coming in, as you can see. So we've got not an awful lot of that. We've got a fair bit of air. Yeah, these ones, the primal aspects are filling up nicely. The other ones taking their sweet time, but we are getting there. So how are we for likes of Praecantatio? We've got 3, so not a huge amount, and it is coming in though, so that is what it is. I need to chunk load this area. It says it's chunk loaded. Don't know why it said wilderness when I came out of here. Technojunk. Wilderness. Probably because we're no longer on a server. It's still got the thing. Okay, so it might not actually be chunk loading this area. Gonna have to watch that. In any case, that's that working. Now the next thing, of course, is that we can now use these for making all this sort of stuff. So we want to be able to make, it's mana, steel, and 4 Praecantatio. I need to find other sources of Praecantatio for the moment though, because that hasn't built up sufficiently. So if we go through our little book and come here, we can see earth shards and the stuffy sandstone block, the chiseled sandstone stuff. So that's one thing that we can use. I wonder, we could actually start crystallizing essence as well. I think that would probably be a good idea. What have we got in terms of the crystallization stuff? That's there. We've got it. So we'd need balanced shards, planks, essentia tubes, dispenser, and an alchemical construct. That's easily doable though. I could do that, no bother at all. Yeah, I'd be quite happy with that. And in fact, what we could probably do... that's a bit annoying that I've gone that route. I could have done it probably a little bit easier, but we'd need a Terra node as well. Yeah, we'd need a node. I don't have a node, do I? I do, however, have a way of finding nodes. I wonder if it's time to find a nice big fat node. Do we have the stuff for node in a jar? Artifice. No, is it alchemy? I can't remember where it is. Maybe it's in Thaumic tinkering. Nope. You sure it's not in nodes? I haven't done the research for it. It's perhaps down here somewhere for doing research in that area, because we've got warded jars. I think perhaps it might be a research thing. I might need to do a little bit more research. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if I can find myself a nice big fat node. Let's go and have a look over the edge with these goggles on and see if we can't find a nice big fat node. They're normally down around the bottom of the world. There we go. There's now, didn't I find this way back when? Didn't I find this way back when? Because that's a nice big fat auto node right there. Yeah, that's our plan. So if I get some way of teleporting that up now, I don't think the blood magic way is open to us at present. Perhaps it should be. Perhaps it should be. Teleposition. Teleposers. That is a mana. Let's get that. A mana pearl and a tier 4. But mana pearls we can do. Tier 4 we can't really do at the moment. However, you know what? I think it's probably time we moved towards getting a little bit better than just this, because that's what tier 2. So yeah, we need better than that. So that's probably what I'm going to do next episode. That's it for this episode, I think. I'm going to, I'm going to think about what I'm going to be doing with that. I'm probably going to get an awful lot more slates and stuff and get us ready for the next tier up. But I think that's probably a good spot for now. There we go. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah. Right. That's us, folks. Thanks very much for watching. I'm getting myself distracted. I'm going to be going off and doing a bit more blood magic, it looks like. But we've done some magic-y stuff. Thaumcraft this time. Ooh, yeah, back to magic. I'm getting in a mood for magic. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye, and have a funs.